stored in an evidence locker for more than 2 years. Scientists at the Black Hills Institute of Research in South Dakota say that the 70-million-year-old turkey-sized predator could be a new species of raptor. But skeletons aren't all that are being rebuilt on the home front. Construction crews moved dirt to shore up a group of houses precariously perched on a crumbling hill in San Antonio on Monday. Engineers tried to determine why the land below was shifting. One soil expert said the cause of the landslide appeared to be about poor retaining wall design, and a nearly 1,000-foot-long wall was built without a permit. Back home in the Prairie State, the old joke is that Chicago people stay politically active long after they've passed away. But federal prosecutors aren't laughing. It was announced Monday that government attorneys will be monitoring next week's primary voting in Chicago. The FBI and federal marshals will deal with legal violations. And Illinois is trying to fix more than illegal voting. Southern Illinois University scientists are intensifying efforts to understand Alzheimer's disease thanks to $3.5 million in grants. The research at SIU's medical school in Springfield could lead to new ways of diagnosing and treating the disease. Alzheimer's affects more than 5 million Americans, and the number of people with the disease is expected to triple by 2050. The Chicago Bulls are on a hot streak, but our weather stays cold. This and more when WZUK returns after this short break. The John Deere Classic invites you to the first ever Johnny Chow Blues Buffet to benefit the first tee of the Quad Cities. Call 762-GOLF to join legendary rocker James Montgomery and celebrity chef Johnny Chow at the Waterfront Convention Center July 8th for an amazing night of great food and great fun for a great cause. Tickets are $100 per person or $750 for an 8-top table. Presented by RSM McGladrey, TGI Fridays, and the Radisson on John Deere Commons. It's sure to be a night to remember. Call 309-762-GOLF to reserve your spot today. Turning to the WZUK Sports Desk, Derrick Rose shook off flu-like symptoms to score 27 points, and the Chicago Bulls won their third straight, a 98-93 victory over the San Antonio Spurs on Monday night. The Bulls have won just one fewer road game in the past 4 days than they have in the first 3 months of the season. They are now 7-15 on the road. Moving to the College Court, strong team play helped pace Notre Dame to an 87-77 win over DePaul on Saturday. The Fighting Irish, who ended a 2-game losing streak, started the game with a 7-0 run. The Irish have finished with a season-low 2 turnovers. Turning to your AccuWeather forecast, a winter weather advisory will remain in effect until the mid-morning hours due mainly to the potential for blowing and drifting snow. Clouds will roll in later today, bringing a high of 19 degrees. Tonight will get cloudier and keep that winter coat on because the lows will drop to 12 degrees. And tomorrow stays cloudy with snow in the afternoon, but highs will reach a relatively comfortable 25. That's the news for this hour, brought to you by the John Deere Classic. Remember to keep your dial tuned to WZUK for all your news, sports, and weather. This has been Elliot Heim. Have a great day.
Our next event for you this evening is called Dramatic Duet Acting. The name pretty much implies it. There are 2 people performing an 8-minute cutting of a play, and our performers this evening are seniors Lauren Parch, who you saw earlier, and Kaylee Sheehan.
Navigator here. Prepare for night flight. All systems checked. Then prepare for takeoff. Strapped in and ready to go. This is my sister Hazel. When we were little girls, we would spend hours in the projection room of my father's theater. We were inseparable. And this is my sister Muriel. She hasn't been home in years. I haven't talked to her in over 5. It's funny how things change. And now, I don't even know what to say. Tiny Island by Michael Hollinger. Hi, Hazel. Jeez. Is that all you can say?
What are you doing here?
Aunt Esther called me about Dad's heart attack.
Well, he won't have a bypass and he won't take his medicine. What do you expect?
Apparently this one's worse than the others.
It wasn't pretty. I'd say you just got here in time.
You look good.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
I wish I could blame it all on my barber, but he's not responsible for the wear and tear.
Listen, I was hoping we could have a chance to talk.
Yeah, well, I'm in the middle of something.
Daddy told me you and Ray got divorced.
We're not divorced. We're separated.
I'm so sorry. Could I ask how it happened?
No. So how long do you plan on staying here?
Just a couple of days. Daddy's concession girl left, so I said I'd fill in for her.
So where's Norm?
Norm?
Balding, little dimple, your husband?
He couldn't make it.
So he let you go somewhere by yourself?
He had some cable thing in Denver. You know him, work, work, work. So when does Daddy let you run the projector?
Since his other guy retired and I needed the cash.
Could you show me how?
Why?
I don't know. I've always wanted to learn.
And I've always wanted to dance with Elvis, but sometimes you realize it's just too late.
It wouldn't have to be tonight.
Are you listening, Muriel? It's just too late. Listen, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm expecting a very important call from a man I used to love.
No, if you want me to leave, just say so.
Leave.
You know what? I was just trying to be civil. I thought after 30 years of this nonsense, we could finally be friends.
Yeah, and I thought crossing paths every 5 would fulfill our sisterly obligations.
It's been over 30 years.
31.
Okay, 31. Pilot to navigator, come in, navigator. Now you say, navigator here. What went wrong with you and Ray?
Ray,
Well, I mean, was it a gradual thing?
I don't want to talk about it.
But you must still have some feelings.
Muriel!
You have this picture on the wall.
There's a push pin through the crotch.
You're right, there is.
I like to call it suburban voodoo.
God, look at this place. Remember when we used to brush the seats?
Knock it off, Muriel.
What?
You don't want to walk down memory lane.
Why not?
Because if you want to walk down memory lane, then you better be willing to make every stop.
Are you talking about Gloria Blakely's party?
That's right, Gloria Blakely's party.
You still can't get over the fact that Norm broke up with you and went with me?
I saw you, Muriel.
You weren't there.
No, but I was here when you brought him back to the theater. Pilot to navigator, come in, navigator. Navigator here. Big kiss, fade out, happy ever after.
Hazel, I'm sorry.
There's that apology. Better late than never.
We just wanted to keep it a secret until we broke up with you.
Will you shut up? I don't care that you kissed him. I don't even care that you married him.
For 31 years, I don't even talk.
I saw you, Hazel, sit here and play our game with him. Our game, like it was spin the bottle.
You just said it was silly.
It wasn't silly. Not when it was just you and me. It was all we had left, and you pissed it away on a B-movie romance.
Hazel, I'm sorry.
Save your apology. Just answer your phone.
Hello? What? Oh my God. When? Okay, I will. Daddy had a stroke. He didn't make it. The funeral was 3 days later. Hazel didn't show up. Goodbyes weren't exactly her strong suit, or any emotional confrontation for that matter.
How'd it go?
Not bad for a few change your mind about tonight. Everyone's gonna be there. The girls, the cousins, Aunt Esther. Even Norm might show up.
Some of us have to work tonight.
No, you don't. We could just close early.
We're not closing.
It's a Tuesday night, Hazel.
I'm the oldest, and I say we're not closing.
But that doesn't even
Besides, the old man would have wanted it this way.
Why are you doing this?
What?
Boycotting his funeral and the gathering tonight? Okay, he wasn't the best father, or even husband for that matter. At least have some respect for him.
I couldn't make it today. I had plans.
You had a date?
It was Ray.
Ray? The divorce thing?
The separation agreement thing.
God, Hazel, couldn't you cancel?
I didn't want to cancel. I wanted to get it over with.
Did you start drinking before or after?
Both.
My God, why would you
Because,
do that?
Jesus, I was terrified. I haven't seen him since I moved out.
Yeah, I know.
No, you wouldn't know, Muriel. How could you know? You've never taken a stand in your entire life.
Yes, I have.
Oh, the hell you have. You've always sat by and been the good wife or daughter or mother. I hate to tell you, but your kids are gone, your parents are dead, and you're waiting for your husband who may not come.
I'm not waiting.
No, you're right. If you want to be a doormat, be a doormat. At least you're in front of a beautiful house.
Oh, and you're Mrs. Dolores Simon, huh? With your college and with your feminine independence and your college degree?
Look at this. You see this? This is a separation agreement designed to amputate my husband from the rest of my life.
You think you're this powerful, liberated woman who's shaking off the shackles of marriage.
At least I'm doing something.
But you're really just a bitter, disappointed housewife.
Get out of here.
And while your only father's being put into the ground,
Get out!
I'm so tough, but you are no better than me. Listen, I know things aren't perfect with Norm. He's driven and he's selfish, and I know there's been other women, but we've stuck it out. Well, I've stuck it out. Muriel, I'm so sorry. It's okay. I didn't know. How could you? And for saying all those things about you and Norm. Don't worry about it. I didn't mean that. Yes, you did. Okay, I did. But I was bitter. Listen, Hazel, I would give anything to take that kiss back. Well, yeah. Did you really hate me for over 31 years over him? Yeah. Seems kind of silly. You can have him now if you want him.
No, I'm good. Pilot to navigator. Come in, navigator. Pilot to navigator. Navigator here.
Up for you a little bit. Next event this evening is special occasion speaking. It is an 8-minute original persuasive speech. This one gets to utilize humor as one of its major tools of rhetoric. Our performer in SOS, Senior Kayla Kennedy. I mentioned earlier there were 14 events that we're entering at regionals. You're only going to see 13 performances tonight. Karen Lehan, another senior, is our entry this year in informative speaking. First time that's being offered in the IHSA series. She couldn't make it tonight. She's off at Notre Dame, seeing what they have to offer. Probably not much. And I'll keep talking for a while.
Teach us calc.
We're going in the next couple weeks. How about that? Regionals is Saturday at Rochelle. For some parents who don't know, it's okay, despite what your kids might tell you, to come and watch. Competition starts at 8:30, goes most of the day until about 4 or 4:30. So if you'd like to come on by, you're not a parent, just a happy spectator, we'd love to have you. How's that? Great. All right. So SOS, Kayla Kennedy.
The other day, my Aunt Sophie called me about babysitting for my cousin, Levi. Levi wasn't your normal kid.
He traveled in a homemade, hermetically sealed bubble made of saran wrap and duct tape. He wasn't sick. Aunt Sophie was just really cautious. When I arrived, she had a laundry list of special instructions. As soon as she left, I was to lock the door, activate the home security system, and test and retest all of the cans of mace strategically placed around the house. I was to fix him non-dairy mac and cheese for dinner because his great-uncle Earl was lactose intolerant, and you can never be too safe. There was no running in the house, no stairs until Mom got home, no TV because of the possible retina damage, and he could only read books that had been laminated and disinfected. Twice. Then, at 7 p.m., I was to wrap him in his bubble wrap snuggie and gently lay him down for a nice, safe, restful night's sleep. Now, many would say that Mrs. Stop, Drop, and Roll was going a bit too far. She sees one report of a child falling down or the dangers of too much television, and she immediately believes that her son is the next to suffer such a catastrophe. For people like this who feel that the sky is falling, the term Chicken Little syndrome simply will not cover it. We're talking chicken gigantosis, because this is reaching epidemic proportions, or at least so they would have you believe. We've gone beyond fear and gone full force into panic mode, sadly with very little cause or reason for it. Which is why, for my final project in this psychology class, where we've discussed how societal influences can shape our perceptions of reality, I have decided to address the funk that this fear culture has put us in. So today, we'll jump out of the hall closet and scare the bejeepers out of some problems, then dust off the old chainsaw to wake up some causes, before finally telling the solutions of ghost stories until they literally poop their pants. So what exactly is it that we're so afraid of? In all honesty, everything from serial killers to breakfast cereals. Seriously, I know a guy who's afraid of honey bunches of oats. Granted, we should always enter a situation with our eyes wide open. Otherwise, we might run into something, like a midget. It's when we let this caution turn to catastrophe, however, that the real problem occurs. We too often make the crucial error of mistaking an isolated incident with a trend. And by no means is this a new phenomenon. After the Oklahoma City bombing of 1995, and the subsequent 1999 shootings at Columbine High School, suddenly every young white American male is a potential mass murderer. Despite the fact that for Columbine.com, in the late 90s, youth crime and violence-related deaths in schools both plunged to record lows. Concrete evidence proved that there was no threat. Statistics showed that Americans' fears were unfounded, and still, we were inconsolable. Now, this fear leads to one of two results. The first is all-out panic. According to Forbes, of January 10th, 2010, the Dow Jones dropped nearly 25% in a matter of weeks. People heard that companies might be in danger and began dumping their stocks. This caused prices to fall even more, causing more people to sell. This caused companies' financial crisis, and this led to the emergence of Lady Gaga. Thanks. And all because we were a little scared. Have you seen Lady Gaga? Now we have something to be scared of. And if we aren't going overboard, then we find ourselves paralyzed by our fear. So define is constantly immersed in such intense pain. Well, for one thing, we can't help it. Fear is a perfectly natural reaction when dealing with a situation that we don't understand. We're taught from a very young age to fear what we cannot control. Our parents warned us to avoid strangers, never cross the street without a buddy, and if we weren't careful, our face would get stuck like that. And in fact, these fears have been turned into a multi-million-dollar industry. The website KidSafe.com offers over 2,000 products that every concerned parent needs to baby-proof their homes. From outlet covers to heat-absorbing stove bumpers to my personal favorite, a combination lock that keeps your toddler out of the toilet. If it were my lock, the combination would just be number 2. The number 2 cause has to do with the meat. rest of us for our own gullibility. The media only gives us what we want, and if we want to be scared, then they're more than happy to oblige. For example, the Associated Press of December 19, 2009 explained that if you turned on any reputable news station or Fox News on December 15th, you would have seen the headline, 800,000 children's vaccines recalled by manufacturer, scrolling the bottom of the screen. Now this naturally caused a panic. However, if you were to continue to watch, you would have found out that the vaccine was only recalled due to the availability of a stronger vaccine, and not due to any danger that the original would have caused. But this headline appealed to our fear, not our need for information. So now that we've seen how we came to be on this perilous ledge, what can we do to prevent us from jumping, or in my case, slipping to our impending doom? Well, it's really very simple. Don't panic. Panic itself serves no point other than raising our blood pressure and raising the national security to an Amber Alert, which, on a side note, is really appropriate because I know this girl named Amber, and she's a real B-word. In his novel Culture of Fear, Barry Glassner asserts that we simply need to be informed media consumers. When we hear Fox News proclaim that President Obama is about to start World War III with his crazy liberal ways, rather than starting to stock our bomb shelters with Twinkies, jerky, and Red Bull, perhaps we should explore other sources. The internet is a vast source of information. And predators. The former of which can really come in handy. The latter of which can be a bit too handy, if you know. When confronted with a disconcerting story, we need to seek out information. Go to reputable sources. Ask your doctor. Ask your mom. Moms always know. If psychology class has taught us anything, it's that Mr. Hat should never wear yoga pants. But more importantly, you've taught us that fear can cause us to act on impulse rather than analyzing any potential threat we may face. I, for one, have done my research and have decided that getting the H1N1 vaccine is not such a bad idea. Unlike my friend Kaylee, who has decided that her defense against the swine flu will be to cut out pork products entirely, claiming that red-tailed squirrels are now the other white meat. Today, we've quickly turned on the lights to analyze the psychology behind our fear and examining the problems, causes, and solutions. I'm happy to report that my answer